He was like, every time you start that engine up, I'd be like, damn. Could have got a couple more out you.
Mm-hmm. I started my car like that this morning because I was afraid it's cold, so it struggles a little bit. So I had my foot on the gas ready. So as soon as I heard it, I could just punch it. And I had the little. Obviously, it sounds like a lawnmower, but I was like, this must be what it's like when you start one of those really high performance cars and it does that on its own.
Yep.
It's exciting. It's exciting. But yeah,
it's like it's clearing his throat.
The M5 CS.
Mm-hmm. Stupid. Haven't seen it yet.
Yo, there's a green joint with the gold rims on it.
Is it the one that does that have that new nasty grill?
No, but the M4, the M440i with the new grill is beautiful. That's all I can say about that. I don't in all black. In all black, it's beautiful.
I don't see. Okay, BMW is liking to do this like green and gold color scheme with their new like joints. Yeah. Like that was the kind of thing they did for the M8 competition.
Yeah, that's fire. Oh, well, I don't know.
You're a fan of green and gold, though.
Yes, I am.
I'm not.
I mean, I would take black and gold. Can you
save that picture? Just take the gold out. My thing is the gold.
Really?
2.9. That's 720S speed.
Just save the you just save that image and send it so I can put it up on the thing. Yo, the new Model S.
Yes.
The Plaid edition, talking about 0 to 60 and was like 1.9 or something like that.
Huh?
The new Tesla Model S.
Yes.
Plaid edition.
Oh yeah. It's like
0 to 60 in like 1.9.
Stupid. Yeah.
Bro, that means that the Roadster is probably not even going to be drivable.
That's probably why it hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, because they're especially in all-wheel drive, and you can get the big body 0 to 60 in 1.9, bro. You're gonna be at like 1.4.
It's gonna be a one flat.
Yeah,
literally G4. I mean, this nigga is
like pass out.
He's trying to go to Mars right now.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine what the car on Earth is gonna be doing. He's probably trying to make it drivable. Yeah, that's probably what they're doing. Is trying to make it drivable. It's probably
shout out to Elon.
He's probably doing test runs where he just hits a button and then like something pressed on the gas, and that shit probably just runs into the wall every time. But like that's a good test because it's like it works. But like fuck, how do we stop it now?
With the brakes.
Like that's what I'm talking. Like so, oh shit! Like his reaction isn't fast enough to hit the brakes. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
I need
like
to make this
straight track. That's what my brother. My brother's trying to go back to the. He's like, let me know when you want to go back up there. And I was like, no, he said go back up there and do some rounds. I was like, back up where? He goes, go kart. I was like, oh man, whenever. You just let me know whenever I'm pulling up. And I was like, that's the only reason why I really want to be rich, so I can get a race car and go to an actual track. Or take a proper sports car to a track. But then at that point, like I said, you might as well just get a race car.
You might as well just get a race car. Take the sports car when you want to do donuts and stuff on the track. That's what I would do. Just have extra tires. Get you a good garage somewhere. It's humble.
Yeah, I'm trying to be like Patrick Dempsey.
Have
one of those Pro-Am Le Mans team. Give me a GT3.
That's the move.
Put excellence on the side. In black and gold.
I'm trying to be the embodiment of the Vulcan. Just a car made that fits in no regulations, but it's just fun to drive.
The Vulcan, who made that?
Aston Martin.
Oh. Yo, you know what Aston Martin made that's nice, though? Is that 177.
The 177 is very nice. Have you seen the Victor, which is like the street version of the Vulcan, but they only made one? It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. Yeah, this turned into a car podcast.
It is, yeah. We definitely, it's all good, though.
Yeah.
We are men of many interests. That's what happens when you're multifaceted.
Yeah,
you have so many things in your mind.
So you had some bars you wanted to get off your chest.
UFC 257. I'm looking at my phone like I wrote notes. I didn't. But look, here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Conor got washed.
He did.
So it was already a done deal by the time the episode even got posted. So that's why if y'all saw the caption, it was this title did not age well. Apparently friendly Conor is not scary Conor. So there's that. What are you doing? Every day, B.
That sucks.
It does.
Rest in peace, Cicely Tyson. That sucks.
Yeah, that's wild. That's why you just gotta
Yeah. I know.
You about to just be depressed. Yeah. So look. If you, so Conor lost, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he won the first round, got knocked out. He said he's gonna beat that man in 60 seconds. Whatever. So here's my takeaway. When I listened to their post fight press conferences, two things that I heard really, really stood out.
Mm-hmm.
One, I think I watched Conor's first. They asked him about when they were in the clinch, because Justin Poirier is like, they say, oh, he's a bigger man. He was like, no, not really. Like I felt stronger than him in the clinch, which is why they kept reversing that easily. It's just whatever. And if you remember when they were in the clinch, just hitting him with the knees, whatever. He was tagging him at close range.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, I probably should have just went back to that because I felt like I had the upper hand in that situation, right? So there's that. Then Dustin, he was like, yeah, Conor flashed me, like he hit me and it hurt me. And if he had pressed me, I would have been out of there. Like those are his words.
Yeah.
Right. So what it made me think about was how often we start to pursue something or we know what our strengths are and then we abandon them only to take L's and then be upset about it. You feel what I'm saying? So Conor hit him. Conor also knew that he hurt him, right? And so could have forced that. But then even that, he established early where he was dominant in the fight. But somehow he let his ego get the better of him and was like, nah, I'm gonna let that. I'm not gonna beat you where I already know I can beat you. Let me step back and do something else. And so he let him beat himself. And so it made me just think, like, yeah, how often we know what our strengths are, but instead of doubling down on our strengths because we feel like, oh, that might be too easy or because it's boring that way, we go back and try to make shit hard for ourselves. For what?
That's funny you say that. I feel like people associate sophistication and complexity to like genius. Like they think the harder or the more confusing or the more convoluted it is, the better it is, or like the more you're going to get out of it. And that can be the case in some cases, but like you said, everybody has a trick. We are all, at the end of the day, a one-trick pony, and we all have our own tricks. But a lot of people are trying to be multifaceted ponies. If we all just were the one-trick ponies that we were, we'd all be eating. Because everybody has a trick. Everybody has a trick. And not everybody knows what their trick is, but at some point in your life, you're made aware of what your trick is. But depending on how complex you want your story to be, or what you want to tell people what your journey and stuff is, that's when you just throw obstacles in your way. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's all about the story to other people. Because it's like, if people were really content with themselves, no one would feel the need to like have to do anything beyond what they're good at already. Because it's all about impressing. It's all about impressing people, and it's all about it's not all about that, but it's what people make it about.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it gets to that point where people are just like,
that's vision, let's go. But yeah, it's like that's
no one. Yeah, everybody wants
to your point, and that's ego, right?
Yeah.
When you're doing something, because you gotta think about. And granted, this may not even have been a conscious thought process in his mind, but it's like, oh, I'm in the corner, I got him clinched up. I could beat him like this. Just 5 rounds, just wrapping him up and just tagging him with knees.
Easy.
But what would the fans think? Oh, this isn't the masterpiece I said I would paint. But like, isn't it really? Because it would have been a different fight that we'd known him for. It would have went that longer time. And if you just completely control someone like that, especially if it's out of the normal what people have seen you do, then to me that would qualify as a masterpiece. Boring or not. But like he let his ego.
You can't write.
He let his ego get ahead of him.
You can't write your story. You have to live it.
Yeah, I told Shorty this the other day. You can pick your destination, but you
can't pick the journey.
Yeah, exactly. You don't pick the path. It's like, I want to get there, but like all the stuff you got to go through before you get there. Who's that? Is that Ra? What up, Ra?
What to do, Ra? Hold it down for the troops in Saudi Arabia.
There you go. Hit the wave button. Yeah.
He probably likes Saudi Arabia. Don't question it.
Oh, look at it. Kyle's on there too. But yeah, man, that was my takeaway. That's what I was saying. Like, it's probably not gonna be what you expect, because it's definitely a life lesson. Like you you establish to yourself and to your opponent your path to victory, and yet you immediately abandon it and end up taking an L for it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I feel and we all do that quite often.
We like to assert our dominance in one area, and then instead of trying to expand upon that dominance, we try to become dominant in another area. Because that's now that I'm saying this out loud, that's crazy. Like, that's the funny thing about it. People want to go to the top, but they want to be able to run across the top. They don't want to just be at the top. You feel what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, yeah. Because if you just go to the top, then you're just going to stand on your peg. All you got to worry about is your peg. But when you want to, be jumping around, got electric slide, then you got to have a whole bunch of other pegs.
Yeah. And I can't be great at this one thing. I have to be great at everything at once.
Exactly. And that's when you start pocket watching. And that's when you start watching other people's skills because you like something. It's not you don't really into it. You just like some shit and you like, how do I do that? I want to start doing that. Now you worried about how the other person does it and you're not just doing it because it's not a pure, genuine thing for you. It's, I want to do this so I can get up here because I seen somebody get up there doing that.
Yeah. Kyle said it's the plateau of the peak.
Words of the wise. Words of wisdom. Words of wisdom of the wise. Yes. 3 W's. Yeah. It's like it.
Life lessons abound, baby.
No, I was watching this. I think it was Tony Robbins was talking about this. He was saying like people. It wasn't Tony Robbins. It was some black dude with a beard. I don't know how I got them mixed up, but it was this dude. He was saying like rich people simplify things. Wealthy people simplify things. Yeah. Broke people complicate things. Like the more simple, the easier. For sure. Meaning the more you can do. The more complicated, the harder, meaning the more strain on your brain. You might accomplish it, but you've strained yourself to where the point you're probably not even going to enjoy it or be able to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? It just goes to the point.
Drop a clue bomb on that one.
Everything is achievable, but you have to achieve it. Yeah. You have to get to like everything. That didn't make any sense, but you know what I'm trying to say. See, that's my problem. Sometimes I get to rapping and then
you gotta stop.
Yeah, I gotta stop.
You went too long.
I need somebody to, like, you know how Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he meets people, he has a greeter. Like he has somebody that controls him because when he meets people and stuff, he's too nice to fans and he'll sit there and talk to people for like 20 minutes.
I didn't know
and
that.
It'll be like lines of people. So he has someone that taps him on his arm and like that's his signal to move to the next person.
That's funny.
That's what I need.
I didn't know that.
When I'm just rapping, I just need like somebody to poke me in the neck and be like, all right.
I'll add another sound effect. All right, so wait. We got to go back to what was your
okay.
The Jay-Z and R. Kelly thing.
So, we were talking about we mentioned this on the last pod, the 10-second reviews about the game. We started about talking about the game,
his adolescent girlfriend,
his pedophilia, and then that brought about
Karl Malone and his aggressive pedophilia.
Brought about Karl Malone and his that's just rape, man. That's just rape.
Yeah,
just. Do you know how fucking big Karl Malone is?
Yo, I'm just saying, how you leave college and go to a middle school?
Yes, but
all right.
Like,
let's go to the top.
Talking about, like, that was the mountain man of the 80s.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was him and Bo Jackson. But I divert.
And Bo Jackson?
No. I'm saying those were like the Paul Bunyans of sports. Like, yo, what? No one knew.
Like, what story are you privy to that I know not of?
I know nothing of Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson was a country boy. But this, which makes it a little worse. But
foul.
This, the question brought about was, are we forgiving?
The game? Yeah. Are we gonna? No. We're not forgiving the game. Are we gonna hold games transgressions against Quincy White?
Yes.
Yeah, and then your question was, are we gonna hold R. Kelly against Jay-Z?
Exactly, because R. Kelly and Jay-Z did a whole album together where they was next to each other with half each other's faces.
They did like 2 or 3, didn't they?
Probably, but I only know about the one.
Yeah.
And yeah, they both was wearing headbands, sitting there looking sick.
Yeah. I think
it's.
I feel like on a level we kind of have to, just because. If you
Yeah,
following up on this story, there's no way he didn't know.
Yeah, that was just, it was too known for anyone to
What? Stop this.
Not
stop this. Sorry, I'm back, y'all.
Yeah, trap line blinging. It was it was too known of a story for you not to know about it. Or not to be able to make an opinion on it.
You know what's funny about that though? What I realized is that we always see Dame getting big mad, like, yo, that was my girl, Like, bro, you were still old.
She was a fucking child.
I think he is younger than them, but I don't know if he's so much younger than them that it would have been right for him to be dating her either. So it's just like there's a lot going on there, a lot. All right, let's talk about something else.
Yeah. Moral of the story: the entertainment game is nasty.
Date your age, not your shoe size. Do what you care
about, not what you want to be cared about for.
And
leave it at that. Yeah. Date your age, not your shoe size.
Yeah.
There you go.
that's
Unless you're Shaq, because then it's legal.
I mean, okay, fair enough. Yeah, you're right.
Shaq is the only nigga that wears a
23, something like that, 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
fair enough.
Then it's like, I mean, what can you say?
True.
He's a mammoth human being as well. But what else we got? I'm glad to see Steph Curry is back in business, chefing up like Chef Curry was doing.
Oh yeah, he had a big game yesterday. I didn't see it.
He had one of the meanest plays. I haven't sat down and watched Steph Curry play in a minute because I just know what's going to happen. And also, the Warriors kind of suck, so there's nothing really to see.
They were trying to trade for Zoe.
For Lonzo?
Yeah.
That might be a great
That'd be a great pickup for them because that would help Wiggins' numbers. Steph wouldn't have to bring the ball up.
All.
Yeah.
He literally would not have to. All he has to do is pass.
He probably helped Dre get some numbers too.
Which goes back to the point we were just talking about. Golden State offers people the opportunity to stick to their bread and butter. And it's the selflessness that you have to have as a player to go, you know what? I don't give a fuck what nobody else says. All I got to do is this one thing to go here and we going to win chips. Bet.
Yeah.
All KD had to do was get a bucket and stretch his arms out and get some steals. That's what he's great at. That's what he's done all his childhood. Ouch, my tooth. All Draymond has to do is yell at people and run up and down the floor. They don't ask him to score. If he scores, then they blow somebody out. But, they don't expect Draymond to get more than 6 points a game.
I mean, that's like Dennis Rodman have 20 rebounds and not even attempt a shot.
Not even attempt a shot because it was understood what he did.
Yeah.
When you know your role, first of all, when you know your role and you play your role, you get to do more. That's the crazy thing about it.
Like knock down Madonna in her prime.
Exactly. Some shit that you just be thinking that just happens because you played your role so well. Now you're in the spotlight for it. It might not be Michael's spotlight, but you're right there with him.
Right.
Hold it down. So they need to pick up Zoe. He would just inbound the ball. If Steph's not open, he would just stand at the top of the key, lob it to James Wiseman. The only thing that might slow them down is I don't feel like the Warriors are as much of a fast break team as they were.
Yeah.
And Lonzo he thrives in the fast break game. He can run sets, but he thrives when it's run, fling it up court.
And that's why they need him. And then he also has not.
He can run with the young guns.
Has he? Because he wasn't there when he did play with LeBron.
Who?
Zoe.
Yeah. He played one.
That's one season. That's a different kind of play with a superstar. I think with the Warriors, actually be it's a play.
Yeah,
superstar.
And you gotta look at how that team was constructed too. Zoe was the facilitating point guard with LeBron James as his power forward, aka the new point guard. Yeah. So now you're the point guard that's not the point guard.
You're just the smaller man on the floor.
You're the smallest. You're the smaller guy on the floor, but you couldn't shoot. Bron can't shoot either, so you got two facilitators on the floor that can't shoot. Well, Bron can shoot now. I don't know what the fuck happened, but at that time, Bron, he wasn't.
That's true.
Knocking down the way he knocking down
from 3 now.
I don't know. 3 years.
LeBron range.
3 years.
LeBron range.
Yeah, hashtag Wash King. He's gonna hold on to that for the rest of his life. He's gonna say that shit in his Hall of Fame speech. Remember hashtag Wash King, y'all? Remember Taco Tuesday, y'all?
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't become like the Drake of basketball players.
What does that mean?
That means like Drake, of course, is like a rock and roll Hall of Fame caliber person.
Yeah.
Because of the level that he's gotten to.
Yeah.
But it feels so novelty sometimes that it's just like.
That's interesting.
Like it's just like it's a compliment to the greatness that you start to feel like a gimmick yourself because you've gotten so good that people are just kind of sick of you.
Yeah.
Shit crazy. Shit cray. But yeah. Anthony Edwards is gonna be a bucket. Him and Draymond was going back and forth, and he was pulling up from deep, like cashing them Jones.
Really?
Just going back and forth with Draymond. He's a bucket. He's a baller. He's a true hooper. He's a bucket.
I'll buy that.
He is a bucket.
I'll buy that. Yeah, I'll buy that.
But yeah, that's about all I got. You smell me?
Yeah.
We'll do a poll on Instagram. Are we canceling Jay-Z?
It might be too late for that.
Hey, clickbait, man.
You know what? Oh, that's true.
Most people probably don't even know Jay-Z and R. Kelly got an album. At least most people in my generation.
Yeah, in your generation. My generation definitely knows.
Oh yeah. Your generation probably got them shits on vinyl. Don't do that. I didn't mean to do it like that. I didn't mean to do you like that.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do you like that. I didn't mean to do you like that. The whole kill is everybody thinks I'm older than you. That's the whole kill.
Yo. It's like the good book says. Be childlike, not childish.
Wise words from a wise man.
Yo, I just feel like life is for enjoying. Like somebody asked me the other day, homegirl asked me the other day, she goes, Have you ever had an encounter with God? And I was like, I don't really know how to answer that question because the way that I'm going to, you're not gonna understand.
That's a very personal question to ask somebody too. Like I don't like that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a personal conversation, but
okay, all right, cool.
It's like, yes, my whole existence,
literally.
But like, you're so well, everybody doesn't believe that because a lot of people are lost. Like, yeah, not me. like I understand.
Once you realize what the universe is,
it's hard to be upset for long. Like, obviously you go through things.
Hard.
You feel your emotions, and then you feel them, and then once they've been felt, and you carry on.
Yeah, you kind of just gotta let them shits go.
Yeah,
and move
like
on.
just everything. Like
people just be wanting to be in pain.
Yeah.
But they don't want to be in pain. They just want people to love on them.
That was
and they
one
think
of my
the only way that people gonna love on them is if they see them in pain.
One of the things I wrote on the door was let go of the need to have problems.
You feel me?
People got
That's real.
I erased it.
Exactly. People can love you without the pain. That's why they want to love you, so that there's no more pain.
You know what does require a lot of pain though?
Change, growth, evolution.
Yeah, all towards self-love.
Self-love definitely requires.
Because if you don't got it, in order to get it, you have to go through all those feelings and emotions that you basically been hiding and avoiding. And then once you go through it and then really look at things for what they are and not for how they affect you, then you start to like take lessons from it, and then you're like, oh,
that's when things just stop.
You're like, oh shit,
no, for real.
I'm just gonna be happy.
That's when like the shit that used to make you mad, you sit there and smile and you start thinking, because it's like, damn. You're not like, damn, I should have done this. It's like, oh, next time I could play it like this. Like now you happy about the next one. It's not I gotta avoid this. It's like bet.
Yeah, no avoidance that's necessary.
It's like, I bet. Now I know how we playing. Yeah. I keep hitting my fucking tooth.
That's twice tonight. You on
damn
a roll, baby.
3 times.
You on a roll, baby.
If I do it a third time, it's a hat trick. Somebody got cash at me $20.
You make some money this week.
A little bit. I haven't really been too deep in the markets this week. I've been doing other stuff. I was moving around, putting together a bunch of tables and stuff. Business side hustles going booming on the 2 days we weren't at school.
Let's go.
And then the other days I was at school. So
yeah. I only brought this up to say obviously everyone has heard about
Oh yeah.
GameStop
Mm-hmm.
and that whole thing running up.
You see the picture of Big Bird sitting in a like.
Yeah, I said that. I said that to Chili earlier. This joke's mad funny. The main thing is I think Punch, from TDE. He said it. He said it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. This is basically all the regular folks learn the rules to the game and flex them, and then the folks that are used to, running the game and rigging the game in their favor, were getting, slayed because
absolutely slayed
because the rabbit found the gun and they got upset, and that's really why that shit got shut down. But just for me, it's been like a lifting of the veil, because me, I think I do still kind of believe in the American dream. It's like, yeah, if you really put in that work, you can win something.
You can. It's a real
in the
thing.
same note, though, this whole situation just demonstrated how much just corruption and cronyism there really is.
Oh, we live in a sick society, dude. We've lived in a sick society for quite some time.
I mean,
in the American dream,
the amount of meds that people take alone. But yeah, carry on.
Yeah, you'd be surprised the number of people that are just on drugs regularly in life.
But the American dream, carry on.
The American dream is it's not an what was I about to say? It's kind of what we were talking about the other day about how what I was talking about the other day about how people look at relationships, like people get in relationships for like this idea, like this thought, this image that they see. Like they see this picture, like this Instagram picture.
Yeah.
And it's like, I want that. That's how people look at the American dream. Is this picture, this image. I want that.
Good point.
And that's what we, in all aspects of things, we have to understand. Is like the thing that you want is not the thing that you see.
Right.
That's a moment that was captured. The thing that you want is the shit that you don't see. That allows you to capture that moment. Because we don't realize that the thing that we want is the thing that we have, but we're looking at it in the wrong way.
Yeah, that's one of the, circling back, it's one of the reasons why I feel like my whole existence is an encounter with, I mean, it is by definition, but also when you really, really understand that whatever you decide it is that you want, all you have to do is just start giving that, and then you have it, which is crazy if you think about it, or rather, if you don't have the faith to trust in that mechanic, then it doesn't make sense at all. But if you have the faith to trust in the mechanic, you're like, oh, this really works. And it's always, the thing is, you always, get out what you put in or get back what you put out, and it's always, always, always multiplied. So, like, if you're negative, everything that comes back to you is either going to be diminished or just, like, extra trash. But when you put out, positivity, love, and support, you get that back from everywhere. And most of the time, I think what trips people up, though, is that, let's say just you and I, for example, I, look out for you. And then so in my mind, I feel like my get back has to come from you. And that's not how it works. No. It almost never does. It comes from everywhere else.
It comes from literally everywhere else.
Which is why when you give or you are generous or you do things for people, you got to do it just out of the kindness of your heart, not to keep score or not to feel like you're going to have something back. Just do it because you want to do it, or just on the strength, and then let everything shake out. Let the universe take care of you. Let God look out. But that scorekeeping, yo.
You can't find peace. You got to be peace. You have to be that. Be the change that you want to see, as they say. You have to be it. Once you are the thing, you can. Yeah.
Once you are the thing.
Once you are the thing, you are the thing, and then it's there.
Yeah.
It's just that simple, man. It's really just that simple. So that's a great note to leave the people on.
For sure, I was thinking the same thing.
Be that thing.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Be the thing that you dream about.
That you want.
That you every day, that you at some point in your time, it pops up to your head and you go daydreaming for 5-20 minutes. Be that thing. You can just be it.
Yeah.
Like you can be it. You're not going to be the highest level of it when you start, but you're going to be it. And that's something I started to realize too, is realizing that you are getting the things that you're asking for in increments so that you don't fucking blow it.
Facts. You're only going to get the amount that you're ready for. Did I mention that about my nephew? Did I tell you about that? Was it last episode? Did I bring that up? I don't remember. So maybe it wasn't to you. So shout out to Trizzy Franco. He was here helping me with some photography, and he was like, "Yo, I was thinking about what you said," and I what I first was talking about was he asked me what keeps me going in terms of making the bags, and I said honestly, when folks hit me up randomly like, "Yo, you know, because of you, like I did this, or watching you do this made me want to go try this," and it's like, damn, y'all really like paying attention for real? Like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, people watching, man. People
and
watching.
So, and I was because he gave me some interview questions, so I was just responding to them, and I was like, yeah, there's probably 3 people that have definitively told me that, and then when I, stopped recording, I was like, you know what? Funnily enough, I hadn't even included him, but you've seen his hoodies and stuff. That came out of him being around here, and he said, yeah, I was thinking what you said like last week about how usually the things we ask for show up, like 6 months later, but we forget what we asked for, so we stay mad that we don't have whatever it is we want now. And he said it came up to him because he found one of his journals from last summer, and it was like, yeah, I want a studio in my room with monitors and blah. He had all of that stuff and then some, and he was just like,
damn.
Yeah, exactly. And
he just looked around and was like, oh, I had the same moment. Because, like, you think it's going to come as the dream. What you see, that's what I'm saying. You think it's going to come how you see it, but you only see things how you want to see them, not how they are necessarily. And once you start to understand that you have to see things for how they are, then you'll see that literally everything you want is at a has
been delivered.
Yes, but you want level 5. You have to start at level 1.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and you got, and that's where honestly, and that's where some of that pain comes from, because if what you want, like what you imagine is possible, and if it's something much greater than where you are now, you're gonna have to effectively be a different person.
Yeah.
But being that different person is within your grasp because you were able to imagine it. Period. But that process you go through to be that different person is a painful one.
It is.
And one of the first, it's just a painful process, because you got to let go of a lot of shit. You got to forgive people you don't want to forgive. That don't mean you got to go back and be friends with them. That don't mean you got to go back and fuck with them. That don't mean you have to actually call them up to apologize to them. It's just you have to actually forgive and let that stuff go, because when you don't, it's like putting bricks in a backpack. I don't care how fast you are. If you give or you give Usain Bolt a hiking backpack and fill it with cinder blocks, I'll beat him in a race because he's carrying bullshit.
You gotta have a level of emotional muscle memory.
What you mean?
You have to, like, putting up shots. You gotta take enough shots to where you know what it feels like when it's going in. Like, you feel the snap in the wrist, you feel your arm lock, you feel the strain in the muscle, you feel how the ball leaves the finger. You're like, yeah, that's cash. When I say emotional muscle memory, you have to have experienced enough feelings and one emotion to be able to detect when things are going in certain directions so that you can maneuver and act accordingly. A lot of the time, people experience something once, and then they let it go, and then it comes again because they didn't keep expanding upon it. So you got to start back over from page 1, and you forgot everything that you learned from the step 1. So you starting back from square, and then you like, oh fuck, I got to do this shit again.
I was telling Kyle that the other day. I forget what he said to me. I was like, yeah, your emotions are a compass, but you still gotta make the decisions, and you still gotta choose. But the compass lets you know if you're going in the right direction. Yeah. But you still have to decide. You still have to execute. Yeah.
But it's that gut feeling, man.
For sure. And on, part of all that, on top of all that, whatever is if you just remember what you were asking for, what you were wishing for, what you were begging for 6 months ago, you would never be upset.
Yes. And this is what we're really going to end the people on. Because we asked for too much shit, which goes back to our conversation about simplicity. The more you ask for, the more that's going on up here. And it's harder for you to focus on one thing because you got 7,000 dreams. You asking for the same thing every day, it's going to come faster. Because you only asked for one thing. You only focused on one thing. You only thinking about that one thing. I'm not saying pigeonhole yourself to where you only worried about one aspect of life at a time, because you got to be multifaceted to a degree. But, like, when every day you got a different dream.
I would argue this though, right? And I think there's two things. One, we always get what we ask for, and it's, if you look at 6 months, it's very easy to see. But also, a lot of folks don't actually realize or know what it is they are asking for.
Yeah.
Right. So there's that part, but then also
asking for that
even
image.
like, let's say I want $250 million cash, right? I do, but I say that, and there's no. Yeah. It doesn't necessarily have that emotional conviction. Yeah. So it's like you got to think about what you're imagining in your mind, and when that compass strikes, and that's what you're really, really asking for, and those are the things that really show up. So to your point, if you're giving out those negative vibes and imagining whatever, that's the only shit that's gonna show up. And it's like,
that's true. And
going through the process to shake all the negativity is
force. It's fucking force.
It's a doozy, but it's extremely valuable. Like I mean, yeah, it's super valuable.
It is. Always is.
Sometimes that requires therapy. I know it did for me. So call a therapist.
That's real.
Talk about it.
That's real. Don't think about it. Talk about it. Be about it. All that shit. But
on that note, for real.
Yeah, I was about to say, I have nothing left. It's about to get weird. It's about to get so weird.
I got you.
So let's leave on an intellectual note. I don't got no more Harlem Shakes.
No more Harlem Shakes?
No. I lied. 3. Stay black. Stay beautiful.
Peace.